Alright, just like clockwork, Global has hit another major unit that, everyone should have been saving for, the one Escanor. And now people are already asking, now they already did all my gems for the one, what should save for next? Now, I'll say it right now, if you haven't pulled the one yet, keep summoning for him, don't stop. He's currently on GP, the most powerful unit in the game. I always say the best unit in the game is Green Gelfer, but the most powerful unit in the game is the one. Just because the one bonks and Green Gelfer supports, and they work perfectly together. But as a general note, always, we take a look at what's meta on JP, because ever since forever, basically, the meta on JP was not the same meta on Global. Usually JP had already got a new character that was, meta defining, and everyone was running it now, and Global still had the previous one, right? This is the first time in Global history where Global and GP have the same meta. The meta currently is the one Escanor and its variant teams. Green or Red Gelfer, Goddess Liz or Diane, Droll, Luciel. The point is, the one Escanor is usually the center of all the attention, right? That is currently the meta on JP as well. So there is no new meta-defining character coming out. Now, of course, there is Assault Melee coming out, which we'll talk about in a second. But the meta currently on JP and Global is the same. There is no difference. It is the same meta. If you play JP right now, it's very hard to face Assault Melee, because no one's running him, basically. The team you'll need to run him is really bad. Now, don't confuse that with me saying Assault Melee is bad. Assault Melee is really good. It's just that he doesn't have a team. Because his passive is so restricted, yes, you could run him without, his passive working, but it's just, what's the point, So his passive is, if all allies are demons or those with commitments. So that already just restricts a lot, because let me take a look here, right? How many demons are in the game? Let me just sort by only demons. These are all the demons in the game. And let's cut all the Meliodas. So let's cut 7 of the characters, because you can't run Meliodas, right? So we have left with Balion, Green Demon Handy, Zeldris, Estarossa, and again, duplicates, you can't run 2 of them, so you can only pick 1 of them. Darieri, Fraudrin, Monspeed, Melascula, Galland, and then repeats them 3 here. As a rule right now, and the only 2 commitments that aren't demons is what, Glocks and Droll, right? I believe so. So again, as a rule of thumb, the only characters that even work right now with Meliodas are Melascula, and the only reason why she works is because when you play a match, right? The first thing, if you go second especially, the first thing they're gonna do is kill your Meliodas. If they kill Meliodas, your match is done. So Melascula is necessary for the passive, and Droll for the taunt, and then you pop in Red Zeldris in the back for stats. That's the team. There is no other variant of the team that actually works. You can put, I don't know, green Darieri or even blue Darieri and beat some bots. But against good players with the one Escanor, this is the only team that remotely works, and most likely you will lose, because the one is just that much better. Not the one as itself, but Green Gelfer, Goddess Liz. These characters are stupid, and Assault Melee is basically alone when it comes to being stupid. Yes, Droll is good, but he isn't stupid. He isn't Green Gelfer, he isn't Goddess Liz. So that's the issue of Meliodas right now. He's a really good unit that has no support. So currently, I would say, what we have to do is wait for the festival. So currently on JP, we have this banner. It's like the free banner before festival, right? Honestly, the worst they ever done. This banner you can only summon for the free tickets, but the character itself is only 0.1%, so you only get like the guaranteed, right? And I haven't pulled them yet because it's impossible. And I wish I could, because there's no content on JP and I wanted to showcase them, but what can you do? So this means that next week we're gonna get a festival. Now we don't know who that is. There is high suspicion that it might be a new Gelfer or a new Merlin, and if it's a new Merlin, then it's not a demon. or commitment, so that's not support for assault melee. If it's a wheelchair golfer, which is, I was talking to chat yesterday streaming, people were, theorizing if it's a wheelchair golfer, that could be very good for assault melee, because wheelchair golfer is a demon. So we have to see what's coming next week for JP. But right now, there is no banner to save for. There is no banner. I think assault melee is the closest thing to save for. Because if we take a look at the characters that aren't currently on global, the only characters that aren't on global yet are, I'm going back here because I need to find, Valenti and Easton, right? Released 16th of July 2020. Valenti and Easton should come out very soon for global. Valenti is tied to the Bond Super Boss, so they will come out very soon. And then we have Blue Mono, which is tied to the Escanor Super Boss, so that will come out when the Escanor Super Boss comes out. And then we have Wing the Lane, which is garbage. Green Liz, garbage. Assault Melee. Nanashi, which is good, but not a banner to summon for. And then, where's the base stopped, noting it down, but then we have Valentine's Derriere, which is very bad. Easton, which is okay. And Valencia, which is amazing, but her banner sucks. So, the unit I would say currently is the best to summon for that we have on GP that Global doesn't have is Meliodas. And you can tell that Global really was pushing units very fast, because Global and JP are almost together in units. Content-wise, JP has re-released every single Super Boss again. Meaning that, Ban and Escanor Super Boss, so the Ban Super Boss released when Easton released, not this one, the other, the Green Easton, was it? Yeah, 16th of July. Global still doesn't have Ban Super Boss, and they re-released Ban Super Boss in like 2 weeks ago, and they now re-released the Super Boss Escanor again. So Global is lacking on the terms of like actual content, but banners wise and units wise, Global and JP are almost tied together. So it's not far-fetched to say that Global and JP will be tied. And I think that's a lot to also say about JP. You can tell has slowed down in releasing units. Look at how they're releasing characters. So if you come back here, right? Look, they almost always do like double banners, right? Almost always do double banners. And like even 4 with like the AOT, right? Double, and then they started doing like Jericho, 1 unit. The one in Arthur, I guess, was 2, but that was a festival. Jericho's 1, Elaine was 1, 1, 1, 1, and then they released 2 with Easton and Valenti. But then 1 again with Derriere, and then 1 again with the, I forgot his name. What's his name? It's not even here, wait. Denzo, it's Denzo, but... Is it not? I think it's in, yeah, it's here. With Denzo, yeah. Again, only 1 unit, so JP is purposefully going slower so that Global can catch up. I think so, because they are so used to releasing double character banners, and recently they released all these filler single character banners. I think the only filler, the only non-filler single character banner they released was Assault Meliodas, because this Liz is filler, this one is filler, Nashi is filler, the Derriere is 100% filler. She's terrible. Like, she's usable, but there are so many better options. There's Green. She's a taunt character, right? But Dro's better. Diane's better, and so why would you use Derriere? Like these single banner characters are very much filler, and that's a good thing because you can save gems. But I'm scared for, except for this Derriere and this Elaine won't come to part 3 banner, but this Liz will. Nanashi's a decent character actually. I was very happy about him. I just want more dupes for him because he's very low CC, but he's actually a pretty decent character. I'm excited to put him in the part 3 banner. And this guy will become to the part 2 banner probably, maybe part 3 if they really want him. So they're going to be filling the SSR tickets with very bad characters. They generally don't want to pull, but that's okay. It's been almost 2 months since Assault Melee came out on JP, and I'm assuming Assault Melee will come out on Global in 2 weeks? Maybe? I don't know. 2-3 weeks? So Currently, Assault Meliodas is the best banner to summon for on Global that we currently know. But the next festival will come out next week, so we'll know what that is. And we have leaks, of course, for Chandler and Cusack. If Chandler and Cusack are really good units, then Assault Melee will become even better. It's what I'm saying. Assault Meliodas himself is a very good unit. His team sucks. That's it. That's the only flaw for Assault Meliodas, is releasing too early, because I personally believe that they pushed Assault Melee too early. I think that he was supposed to come out maybe like now, you know? And they pushed him to release before the year ended on JP, right? And because he released, is it the last day of December? Yeah, he released not the last, but second to last day of December, 30th of December. They pushed him to release before the year ended, so you know it was like a very profitable time for them. And he released with no support. No new demons have come out apart from Dariari, and Dariari is worse than Dro, so what's the point? So with Chandler and Cusack being leaked, I'm hoping that they're gonna make Assault Melee better, and his banner is good. So currently Assault Melee is who you should be looking for, but we'll see. New festival coming out next week for GP. We'll see how good they are. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say next festival is Merlin. I think it's gonna be Lolly Merlin. We haven't had a new Merlin since Blue Merlin. When did she come out? I think I have the banners here. Blue Merlin released, and very difficult to read this. It's before this. It should release almost, yeah, we've got senior. 28th of November of 2019. This is the last Merlin we ever got in the game. In 2019. So, yeah, it's safe to say we need a new Merlin. Because Green Merlin is good, Red Merlin is okay for certain, you know, types of events, but Blue Merlin sucks. So, new Festival Merlin is very much warranted. And if it's a Festival Merlin, Melee is gonna kind of, you know, not get much from that. So we'll see. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see what comes in the future.